I was bluffing. Or maybe I'll just get out my head and focus on what I know's coming. Yeah. Cause I can't fall asleep at night without seeing my dreams. Delusion, reality, I'm somewhere in between. These voices in my head get loud and they keep telling me that I'm a fool for trusting in these wings. But maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. 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 Maybe all my exes just drinking themselves crazy tonight. Maybe I should call and say, told you I'd be right. Wondering how long it was before you realized the biggest mistake of your life, and now you're paying the price. Oh, is it confidence or confusion? Either way, I feel like I ain't never losing. Your opinion of mine, you know just what I'm choosing. I gotta do this, cause I can't fall asleep at night without seeing my dreams. Delusion, reality, I'm somewhere in between. These voices in my head get loud and they keep telling me that I'm a fool for trusting in these wings. Well, maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. 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 Feels like. Maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. Maybe, baby, this what flying feels like. Maybe, baby, this what flying feels like.
Yeah. Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up.
Opening weekend on the boys basketball side, wrapping up with a big one in Division 4. The defending Willard District champion Colonel Crawford Eagles taking on the defending Central District runners-up in the Northmor Golden Knights. Both teams coming in at 1-0. We got all the action on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have with Pregame coming your way next.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos.
Wait!
Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
welcome you inside the Baker's Pizza pregame show for this Division IV non-conference battle between Colonel Crawford and the Northmor Golden Knights. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi, alongside Hall of Famer Joe Balogh. And Coach, it's finally here. Basketball season is back. We've had some great games so far already this week, but this is a good one to end the week. Two teams that finished in the final 32 in Division IV.
Yeah, two teams that, had outstanding seasons a year ago. I think Northmor returns a little bit, maybe more of their scoring. Although their Jackson Wenger is out tonight, that's a big loss. But Crawford returns several kids that had experience, and the thing you can't do, when you have a tradition in your program, these guys understand at Crawford that their opportunity is going to come and they get a chance to step in, and that's what happened last night. I think Trevor Vogt had 29 last night.
Yep.
Took over more of a main role than a secondary role. So this game has the makings of being a real good opening game weekend game here at Northmor.
Absolutely. Take a look at the team spotlight for Colonel Crawford, brought to you by Baker's Pizza. 18-8 last season, 10-4 in the Northern 10. They finished third. They were the Division IV Willard District champs. Fell to regional runner-up Doubt in the regional semi, 51-46. And like you said, they knocked off Crestline handedly, 66-24. And you mentioned him already, our player spotlight. That is Trevor Vogt, who last night against Crestline, 8 rebounds, 26 points, 5 steals, and that's the key player that a coach David Sheldon coach team needs, along with some physicality.
Yes, and he's just a tremendous athlete. I mean, I think the thing, his athleticism is going to be hard to match on the court tonight, and you can see, as we said already, he went from a role player to kind of being the main guy on this team this year, so it's going to be important that he plays well tonight.
Let's take it down to the floor for the playing of the national anthem, our Star Spangled Banner. Now let's take a look at the team spotlight for the home-standing Golden Knights of Northmor High School, coming in with a record of 1-0 under head coach Blade Tackett. 15-10 last season. They were 8-4 in the KMAC. They were the Division IV Central District runners-up. The Patriot Prep, they lost a tough one, 50-38 in overtime. And last night, a very good, complete team effort, despite not having Jack Swenger in the lineup. They defeated Elgin 69-51. Joe, 2 players with a double-double, and then they had another player, Bryson Kearns, with 16 rebounds. This is a team that will battle you inside the paint for the ball.
Well, and I think that's going to be the interesting matchup tonight, because I think both teams are going to pride themselves on how physical they can be in this basketball game. So one of the things that's going to be important is, how is this game going to be called by the officials? Are you going to let them play? Or they're going to be called as a tight game? Because the one thing that both teams don't have is, I don't think they have a lot of depth. So it's going to be important that both teams are able to keep their best players on the floor for the majority of the night.
And our player spotlight for the Golden Knights is a player that went off last night and kind of took that place of Jack Swenger, Grant Bentley. 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks against Elgin, and it could be a special night for him. 18 points away from 1,000. I know as a coach, you get excited for some of those players, some of your better players, that to reach that accomplishment.
Yeah, that's an outstanding accomplishment to have in high school, and I'm sure he's anxious to be able to get that kind of over and done with, and I'm sure that he would love to have that happen in a game tonight, especially on his home floor.
Now to the keys to victory. First for the Colonel Crawford Eagles, like we just said, Northmor can rebound the ball, crash the glass, and in transition D, Northmor will get you into the full court press a lot tonight, Coach. And, that transition D always big for them. And then the keys to victory on the other side for Northmor, real quick, balance, as well as you got to contain Trevor Vogt, because he's one of those players from Crawford, as always, that can beat you.
And I think the one thing you're going to see offensively out of Crawford tonight is a lot of flex action.
And we get our first foul in there.
So right away here, this is kind of was an old Steve Gray set of run that flex cut on the baseline and duck their big post player, DeGray inside, and he draws a foul. So baseline out of bounds. Again, right back up screener roll. DeGray inside gets a shot blocked.
Bentley with another block there. Ball's on the ground. It is a jump ball, and it will be a change of possession as we once again take a look at the starters. Bentley, Falk, Hammond, Kaufman taking the guard spot for Jax Wenger and Bryson Kearns, who had 16 rebounds last night. And then for Crawford, Goddard, Vogt, Bruner, McMichael, and DeGray. There's some names from that squad from last year in that starting lineup, and they could be game changers for Crawford.
McMichael and Vogt played, significant minutes a year ago. DeGray played some minutes later in the year as a freshman.
Bryson Kearns with the tough shot gets the Golden Knights on the board first. It's 2-0.
And this is what you talked about, this full court pressure of picking up man-to-man here, trying to make Crawford handle a little bit.
And they do not break it as it's turned over. First turnover against the Eagles of Colonel Crawford. You take a look at Kearns, tough shot, just took it strong to the hole and gets 2 for the Golden Knights.
And they put DeGray, they put the ball in a non-ball handler's hands, and he gets kind of pinned to the sideline and turns it over.
Kaufman gets it in to Kearns. Kearns working his way around, this time shot short, rebound to Crawford.
And again, pretty physical play there. Crawford just walls up, tries to go through him, and the officials let him play.
Vogt on the other end does the same exact thing, muscles his way through, and we're tied at 2.
Vogt does a really good job of playing off both feet. Good jump stop in the lane and using his strength to get it up on the glass and finish the shot.
Kearns looking inside for Bentley. Instead, we'll get it off to Kaufman. He's going to look the drive, takes it to the hole, scoop. He's going to get fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Should take a look at the Northmor Athletic Boosters replay, Coach.
Well, the thing you can see with both teams is Crawford's really trying to stick the ball inside to their post people. And Northmor is really looking to attack with the dribble and get the ball in the lane. So maybe a little bit different start than maybe we see some normal, I guess, what you would call normal high school games now, where everybody wants to shoot the 3. You see both teams really trying to get into the lane and finish near the basket.
And can that be an advantage to some teams now? Like you said, most teams like to shoot it from around the arc, but if you can have that inside game, is that an advantage?
I think it is. I think when you have a good inside game, whether it's guards attacking the lane or a post guy that can finish in the near the basket, it just makes your defense have to adjust a lot more. And you can see right now Northmor doing a really good job of trying to get a lot of pressure on the basketball, seeing if Crawford's perimeter guys can handle the pressure.
Logan Goddard picks up his dribble and he turns it over. Second turnover for Crawford. Drew Hammond there with the interception. Back come the Golden Knights up 1. Hammond, he's going to look the drive now. Pulls up, 2-pointer, good. And Drew Hammond, he's the replacement for one Max Lauer last year to graduation, one of the better defenders, one of the better post guys down there. And Hammond, especially last night, really showed that he could take that place. He had a double-double.
Well, all 5 points basically have come in the lane. They've gotten 2 finishes in the lane and then got fouled driving to the basket. So again, emphasis with Northmor seems to be, hey, we're going to really try to attack Colonel Crawford off the dribble inside.
DeGray is going to get fouled for the second foul against the Golden Knights here in this first quarter. As we take a look at the Hammond take on the other end.
It just, playing off both feet, getting into the lane, gets good balance here. Crawford subbing in Lucas Foy, who just kind of started practicing this week. Was coming off a foot injury in football. Was a really nice point guard in their JV team a year ago, and I think they're expecting things here. But here's
Hunter
the third turnover by the Eagles early in the game.
Falk could not get it to go, and back comes Crawford surviving that pull-up jumper. Just short offensive board and a foul underneath, and that's against Hammond. That's his second already.
Well, the one thing you said that an emphasis for Crawford was going to be was getting to the offensive glass, and that's one of the things that Northmor is going to have to really try to do a good job of is keeping Crawford off that offensive glass, because they have 3 or 4 guys that are just going to really go aggressively to the glass to get second and third opportunities. A.J.
Bauer will replace him. A.J., the 2,000-yard quarterback for the Golden Knights. Shot missed. Grant Bentley with the board for the Golden Knights. They lead 5-2 as we approach the midway point here of the opening quarter on the Andy Bauer Mount Gilead Edward Jones Investors scoreboard. Bauer for 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebound out to Payne DeGray.
And Foy looking to push it up the floor.
Into the lane, kick out, nobody home. Who's going to get the ball?
Great hustle.
Kuffman gets it.
Great effort there by Huffman. Kuffman, to get on the floor and get a loose basketball.
And it turns into a Grant Bentley 2 for the Golden Knights. 7-2.
I mean, right now, Northmore's pressure has caused Crawford a lot of problems.
Nice pass
so
inside.
Crawford does a really good job of showing some patience. Foy with a really nice feed to the gray inside for a really nice post finish.
And that's Crawford basketball right there.
Yeah.
You just got you post that guy up, you use your muscle, and you take it up strong for the hoop.
I mean, DeGray's going to be one of the better post players in this league. I mean, he was really good last year just as a freshman, especially at the JV level. And then at the varsity level, he got a little bit of playing time. So he's going to continue to really grow as this season goes along.
Crawford with another substitution. Connor McMichael.
Connor McMichael into the ball game now.
And he has the ball at the elbow.
And again, running what we would call the old flex action, where you're getting a baseline screen and then a down screen.
Offensive rebound by Crawford, and we're going to get a foul against the Golden Knights underneath.
And Northmor already has 4 fouls, and with the rule change this year, on their next foul, Crawford's going to be going to the free throw line and shooting 2.
I know it's early, but what do you think about that rule, Coach?
It's been a little interesting. I mean, really, last night was the first I got to see it. I guess as a season, continues, it's going to be interesting to see how teams maybe played at the end of the quarter when you got 1 or 2 fouls to give. It'll be interesting to see how that happens.
They get it inside to McMichael. He's triple teamed, still forces it up, in and out. Rebound fought for. It's going to go to the Golden Knights with 2:37 left in this first quarter in a physical basketball game. This is a game that you can appreciate so far.
We're 2:37 left in the first quarter, and I believe we've had 1 3 taken, which is highly unusual in the game of basketball today is how it's played.
Speaking of a 3, Bentley way off.
One. But, yeah, Bentley came off of a down screen, got a good look, but not really a good shot.
Bentley was a game-time decision yesterday in practice during their walkthrough. He actually had his shoulder knocked out of place.
Well,
slept on it, felt bad, but then in shoot-around felt great, put up 28.
Foy with the deep 3 there for the Eagles. doesn't go. And here's one of the things you talked about, Travis, was the ability of Northmor to get in transition, and that's the second layup that they've missed in transition.
That's going to be a travel. But, yeah, just unable to finish. That's another thing that Northmor needs to do.
Yeah, Trevor Vogt just getting a little bit too deep in the lane there without an idea what he wanted to do with the basketball, and basically had 3 guys around him, had nowhere to go, and just slid his pivot foot and turned it over.
A.J. Bauer will take a rest as Isaac Black checks in for the first time tonight for the Golden Knights. Kearns with it backdoor, but rifled that to Brubaker out of bounds. The second turnover on the Golden Knights here this evening.
And Jacob Cochran has checked in for the Eagles here, going to handle the ball a little bit at the point. As he replaces Foy, who I think Foy's minutes are going to be limited a little bit tonight, coming off that foot injury and just, starting practice this week.
Yeah, and you'll expect him to get more playing time as the season goes on. But it is also a good opportunity for some of these other players to get some quality time too. It's the same on Northmor's side with Jack Swinger out. Nice take to the hole, but can't get it to fall. Offensive rebound, though. The third offensive rebound, 3 in the air. Finally, one goes down. Bruner hits it. We're tied at 7 with under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Trevor Brubaker in the corner. He spins. A little bit of a pull-up lob won't go. Rebound Crawford. They have a chance to take their first lead of the game here at the end of the first quarter.
And they'll look to get the last shot of the quarter here.
7-all. Both teams scoring touchdowns on their opening drive. Since it is state championship Saturday in the OHSAA. Ball stolen away, and we're going to get a foul on Colonel Crawford, I believe, here after the steal by Hunter Falk.
And I believe that's Crawford's 5th turnover, I think.
It's their 6th.
6th turnover.
Connor McMichael's going to be called with the foul, only the second foul for Crawford. So now the Golden Knights will have a chance. Blade Tackett last year, they held the ball for the last 40 seconds if they had the chance to, just to take possessions away from their opponent, and it worked. Backdoor cut to Kearns, though, won't go, and that should end the first quarter. We've played one at the Castle, and it's been a battle. 7-all after one. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter, live and free on the OH Report. Here's that.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos.
Wait!
Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos Popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos Popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
7-all the score after a quick first quarter. Travis Berardi back here alongside Joe Balogh and Coach. This takes you back to what, the mid-90s when you were coaching, two just physical teams going at it here early on in the year. Baseline jumper just missed. Drew Hammond, who has 2 fouls back into the game, gets the rebound.
I mean, the thing, if you take a look at the stats for the first quarter, Colonel Crawford's dominated the glass pretty much at both ends of the floor. But the thing that Northmore's been able to do is they've been able to turn Crawford over. So that's kind of kept the score pretty much balanced right now.
That miss by Kearns. And that's Northmore's been settling for that little mid-range pull-up. worked the first couple possessions, but since really hasn't done anything for them. And Blade Tackett wanted a call right there.
Well, their face guard Vogt, and he didn't really like it and just kind of ran through a player as he went to set a down screen.
Turned right back over, though. Grant Bentley got his pocket picked.
I mean, one of the things that you said early in the game was to try to contain Vogt. And right now, he got the first 2 points of the game and has not scored since.
Let's take a look at that replay once again, Coach.
Yeah, it just.
I mean, he extended the arm.
Yeah.
That would be pass interference, but the refs are letting them play here tonight.
Yeah,
though.
a little bit, and right now, they've got looks like Logan Caudill matched up on him.
He just got called for the foul,
and he's just what we call face guarding him, which is not giving any help and just trying to get into his chest.
Nice play for Logan Goddard. Hits the three. Crawford leads for the first time. It's 10-7. Kaufman hands it off to Caudill. Get the screen. Back to Drew Hammond. Now to Hunter Falk. He'll try for the tie. Off the side iron, no. We're going to get an over the back on Drew Hammond. Well, into the back, you should say. That's his third foul.
That's Trevor Vogt with a really nice checkout. Put his butt right on his hip and kind of pushed him out of the lane and forced the over the back call. And Hammond's got to take a seat here with 3 fouls with 6:19 to go in the half.
And you're thinking at least for the next maybe 5.5 minutes you won't see him. Maybe for all 6. And a 10-second call. Crawford just unable to get it across the line.
So I believe that's what, Crawford's 7th turnover?
Yes, sir.
So that's, the big thing is Crawford's dominating the glass, but Northmor's turning them over.
Caudill hands off to Kaufman. Kaufman drives in. Ball fakes, puts it up off the glass, too strong. Golden Knights have gone cold. Trap inside, kicks it back out. McMichael spins, nearly gets it lost. In the corner, open 3. Air ball, we'll call it a pass. Layup won't go, another shot, deflected out. It'll stay with Colonel Crawford with 5:34 left in the half. 4th offensive rebound for Crawford to Northmore's none.
I mean, DeGray really getting 2 kind of in one possession there. So here a baseline out of bounds, box set.
DeGray.
Like they were going to try to run a backdoor lob action to Vogt, but Northmor does a good job defending it.
Coach David Sheldon yelling out the play. They
probably going to be a duck-in right here, yep.
DeGray spins.
Yep.
They're going to call a foul on Grant Bentley from behind. It'll be 2 shots. We take a look at the replay.
Well, again, this is that, as I said, it's the old Steve Gray Norwalk play out of flex, where they make the flex cut along the baseline, and then DeGray, the post player that set the screen, just ducks in, and they look to stick it inside.
DeGray was 3 of 7 from the line last season.
Yeah, he
misses the first.
This is an area where he's really got to try to improve as a player, is his ability to make free throws.
Missed them both, and now a foul.
He struggled last year as a JV player, and to be an effective varsity player, he needs to become a much better free throw shooter.
And I think they popped Grant Bentley's shoulder right back out, which is not what Northmor needs right now, as Vogt called for the foul.
Yeah, that's not good news for the Knights.
Watch the replay, and yeah, it was just two Crawford players just going for the rebound right into Grant Bentley. So while we have a timeout here for the injury, we'll take a break. 5:10 left in the half, 10-7 Colonel Crawford.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos.
Wait!
Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos Popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos Popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
So Grant Bentley was able to get up, head on over to the bench. Hopefully it's nothing too serious for him. He has had some shoulder problems. Like I said before the Elgin game, had it popped out, but he was able to play and put up 28 points. So we'll see how he is the rest of the way, but he'll take a seat.
Hopefully maybe it's just like a stinger or something like that he can get back in. But
he does seem like he's moving his arm around well on the bench, so we'll see if he'll be back in here for the half. It was a foul, though, on Crawford, their first of the second quarter. Northmor will get possession. Kaufman out to Kearns. He'll drive it in. One hand, put it in.
Nice move. I mean, we've seen, Travis, we've seen several really good moves by both teams of taking one or two dribbles, getting into the paint, and being able to finish in the lane.
Goddard can't get it to go. Layup shot no good. A second offensive rebound. Elbows going everywhere. And we'll get two more shots for Crawford.
I mean, Northmor having a really difficult time of handling DeGraff and McMichael on Crawford's offensive glass. I mean, both of these players are extremely physical, and they're using their size and strength to establish great position in the lane. And now getting to the free throw line, which will be key to, to finish those plays.
McMichael hits his first. It's 11-9. He was 13 of 20 from the free throw line a season ago,
which is not bad. That's 65%. No. You would like you would like to be 70% or better, and he banks the second one off the glass.
12-9 as we get up to the midway point of quarter number 2. Lob in and overthrown. Fourth Northmor turnover. Cochran. Takes it to the hole, puts it up, no good.
DeGraff again on the glass. Now Jacob Cochran, number 1 for Crawford, is back in the game again, and he has not played a lot of minutes right now, but the minutes that he's played, he's given him a little spark. He's had 2 really good strong drives to the basket, just not able to finish. But what's happened on those drives is that he's drawn help, and so a guy like DeGraff has been able to get to the offensive glass. And now got another foul as gets to the free throw line and makes them both.
So after starting 0 for 2, he goes 2 for 2, and it's 14-9.
As we said, that's going to be a key for him to be an effective scorer for Crawford this season.
Brubaker's going to try a 3 off the front iron, doesn't go. Rebound out to Crawford, but he stepped on the line. Ball will go back to Northmor. Just the heel stepped on the line there.
But again, Crawford just dominating the glass at both ends of the floor.
Hunter Falk on the give and go.
Good shot fake there. Good
Out
help by DeGraff.
Too strong on the 3. Brubaker there with the offensive board, the first for Northmor tonight. A.J. Bauer for 3. Yes, much needed off the bench. A.J. Bauer with the 3. It's 14-12 and a timeout.
Coach Tackett was all the way down in front of Colonel Crawford's bench, calling for that timeout.
We'll see if we can see it right here.
I think he was ready to shake hands with David Sheldon.
Oh,
those coaches, I don't know why they run out like that.
Well, you have to remember, Blake Tackett is a student, you could say, of David Sheldon, playing under him at Colonel Crawford. So, that fire, he probably inherited a little bit of that. Yeah. Not the towel, though, but everything else he has. 14-12 after the Bauer made 3. Bentley did head off to the locker room with the trainer, so we'll have to see how that goes moving forward. Looking at our comments, Bonnie Wiseman watching, Let's Go Knights on Facebook. Nolan Tobin, Go Knights. Debbie Schoenfeld, Go Knights.
I mean, you mentioned, Travis, that was Northmor's first offensive rebound, and they get a big 3 off of it, which, many times as you watch the game of basketball, coaches diagram shots to get threes and such, but one of the easiest threes to make is off of an offensive rebound, because you can find open shooters on the perimeter, and defenses, are out of rotation. And,
a little more chaos,
and a little more chaos and able to get that. So that was a big basket, cut it to a 2-point game.
Crawford.
And it looks like Northmor coming out, looks like in maybe a 1-3-1 zone.
3 from the corner, right back at you. Bruner with his second. It's back to a 5-point game.
Yep, Caden Bruner. They went 1-3-1. Weak spots in the corner.
Counted and 1. And a timeout, David Sheldon, and he is not happy.
I mean, just a simple drive, and there was no help at all. And, one of the things that Colonel Crawford is going to pride themselves is their ability to defend, and they don't want to give up easy shots. And Coach Sheldon immediately calling a timeout and notifying his players that that's something that we cannot allow to happen in this game, or really any game, with how we play defense.
He was literally out at the spot where Brubaker started to drive and said, you have to stop him right here. And I know you facing him so many years, that's the fire that you get out of these you guys, these coaches in big games like this.
I don't know if I was
how you coach.
I was ever really in that category. I was a pretty calm guy.
Brubaker's free throw short, no good.
I mean, DeGraff just dominated the glass, man. He has had an outstanding first half rebound in the basketball. And again, Northmor looks like they're in a 1-3-1 right now, so they've changed up their defense. See if they can confuse Colonel Crawford a little bit.
Under 3 to play in the half. It's a 3-point Crawford lead, and that's an offensive foul. Take a look at the replay, see what you think, Coach.
Well, he's closely guarded, and the thing if you're going to sweep the ball, you've got to sweep the ball low. And usually if you sweep the ball high and your elbows are up in somebody's chin or face, the official's going to call an offensive foul. So
now, if it's close enough and he doesn't actually get contact with a little bit of the fall, does that still count?
Well, I think there was some.
I think there was some contact. Yeah,
but you really got to sweep the ball low. Second offensive rebound.
And a foul. So both times the Golden Knights get something good out of an offensive board as Isaac Black gets in there.
And I think Coach Sheldon talking to the official about how the shot was able to be created, I believe, by Kearns when he kind of pushed off, was able to get that 12-foot jump shot. Great effort here by Black to get to the offensive glass. And now big thing is going to the free throw line and converting, so he makes 1 of 2.
This is a spot where Northmor has struggled, is the free throw line. Grant Bentley out of his uniform. Probably not going to see him for the rest of the night. He has an ice pack on his shoulder. Golden Knights down its 2 leading scorers, trailing by 2. 3 in the air. Short, long rebound will stay with Crawford. Into the lane. Intercepted by A.J. Bauer. 10th Crawford turnover.
Yep.
Kaufman back to Brubaker with 2 minutes left in the half. Into the lane, Brubaker. Now to Black, gets it stripped. Back come the Eagles with 1:45 left. 3 in transition, just won't go. Rebound Northmor. That time a good box out inside.
Yep.
But it's intercepted. Up and under, what a move.
Lucas Foy with the really nice move to finish.
Little Euro step action. Falk's going to pull for 3. Off the back iron, no. Coming up on 70 seconds left in the half. It's a 4-point lead for Colonel Crawford. And it's intercepted.
Turn it
Kaufman
over again.
Into the lane. Puts it up, and he's fouled and will go to the line.
You know, Northmor here in the last at about the 4-minute mark went to this 1-3-1 zone, and it seemed to have confused Colonel Crawford a little bit. So again, I mean, Crawford dominating the glass, but Northmor doing a great job of forcing turnovers. Not necessarily with a lot of pressure on the basketball. It's just their ability to be active and get into passing lanes.
Second free throw missed.
Yeah, they just need to work on, like you said, though, that was kind of a weakness. Converting free throws has got to be a key. I mean, they were able to make 1 or 2 on both these last 2 possessions.
Under a minute left here in the half. Nearly stolen again. That's Bruner.
As you can see right now, a little bit of confusion and difficulty.
Nope.
Right
and
now.
there's the 5-second call.
I believe that's, 12 turnovers maybe?
Right on the nose, Coach.
That's very, very untypical of a Colonel Crawford basketball team.
Golden Knights chance to tie or cut this to 1 here on this possession. Brubaker will pull it out with 22 seconds left, and they will reset. Now to Hunter Falk, and they will hold for the final shot. Brubaker with 10. Back to Falk with 8. He's going to drive in, spins, pulls up, air balls, out of bounds with 3 seconds left, and a catch and a heave will happen here for Colonel Crawford. And they'll hold it, and that is how the first half will end. So we've played 2 quarters here from the Castle. The Eagles of Colonel Crawford hold on to a 19-16 lead. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Baker's Pizza halftime report right here, live and free.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos.
Wait!
Take plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go, and add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos Popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos Popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
Tonight's Division IV non-conference boys basketball action brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Andy Bauer, Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care about most, Andy can develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. Old 30 Barbecue. Stop in today for low and slow smoked meat and homemade sides. Baker's Pizza in Bucyrus. The Northmor Athletic Boosters. The Northmor Athletic Boosters raise funds to support our Golden Knights student athletes, coaches, and community. Go Knights. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Frito Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. And Baker's Pizza Bucyrus, like I said, we are proud of our service to the community and even more proud to be the place to go after every local game or to watch your favorite team in action. Come join us today for a great meal and a great time with friends or family. Thank you all for allowing us to be live and free this evening. As we welcome you back inside the Baker's Pizza halftime report, your score at the break, 19-16 in favor of Colonel Crawford. Travis Berardi back here with Coach Joe Balogh. And Coach, a lot going on in that half. You had Grant Bentley go out with an injury to his shoulder. You had some offensive rebounds. You had some physicality. And it's still just a three-point game here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing you've seen is Crawford has dominated the glass at both ends. They pretty much have limited Northmor to, one shot. I think Northmor has 2 offensive rebounds, but on those 2 offensive rebounds, they made a 3, and then they were able to get to the free throw line. So, that was 4 points there. But the big problem for Colonel Crawford right now is their inability to handle the half-court pressure of the Northmor Knights. They've turned the ball over 12 times, which takes away 12 possessions. And the Knights seemed to confuse them a little bit after Grant Bentley was hurt and went out. They went to a 1-3-1 zone, and the Eagles seemed to struggle a little bit trying to attack that zone. So it'll be interesting to see if Colonel Crawford's able to make some adjustments to attack that 1-3-1 zone. And then for the Northmor Knights, they're going to have somebody step up. Not maybe just one guy, but 2 or 3 other guys, because their 2 leading scorers and probably 2 best players are not going to be on the floor tonight.
Yeah, Colonel Crawford taking a look at the stats. 3 2s, 3 3s. That's the difference right now. 3-point shooting. 3-1 in favor of the Eagles, and they were open looks as well for 3. They weren't forced shots that they hit on. 23-7 is the rebounding advantage right now, but 12 turnovers for the Eagles have kept the Golden Knights in it. 4 of 6 from the line is Colonel Crawford. 3 of 7 from the line, Northmor. But for Northmor also, they make a couple of their layups. They make their free throws. They're the team that's in the lead right now. That's how close this is here tonight.
I mean, Northmore's had, I think, 3 or 4 steals off of what we would call a slot-to-slot pass, which is that pass across the top of the key, but have not been able to finish a layup at the other end. So I think you're going to see much of the same as far as how physical the game is going to be here in the second half. But Northmor is going to have to do a much better job of trying, to get to the offensive glass, and then try to do a much better job of keeping Colonel Crawford off of their offensive glass.
There you see Jax Wenger, who hurt his foot during the football playoffs and continued to play on it. Wenger averaged 14 points per game. Grant Bentley, who is now out, averaged 17.9 points per game. But I will say Bentley still has, he still has his basketball shorts on. I don't know if he's going to be allowed to go back into the game, but just in case, I'd say he's done.
I would say they're not going to take that chance because, right now I'm sure he would love to play, but the thing you got to look at is the big picture. This is a long basketball season. This is the first weekend of the season, and if it's an injury that's going to take a couple weeks to heal, you would probably have to want to sacrifice that so that he's going to be healthy for the major part of the season. So I would not see that Coach Tackett will want to take a chance with him hurting that shoulder anymore tonight.
Now, I know Grant really wanted to play in this game and succeed because they wanted his coach to get his first win against his old coach in David Sheldon, but for Northmor, it's just not going to work out for him. However, his teammates have kept them in this game right now as they will get possession to start quarter number 3, trailing by 3. We're back to action here. A.J. Bauer, who hit that lone 3, gets it to Hunter Falk. Falk fakes the 3, and it's a 2-3 zone now. Bauer's going to try for the tie. He hits it.
That's a big possession to start the second half for the Northmor Knights.
A.J. Bauer is a streaky shooter. When he's on, he starts hitting, and seeing that first one go through has helped.
And so Northmore's back into that 1-3-1 zone, and that's caused a little bit of problem for the Eagles here. And the one thing that Northmore's done defensively is they've shut down Trevor Vogt. He got a bucket to start the first possession of the game and has not scored since.
3 in the air for Vogt, and just on key.
Just as I say that, he buries a big 3 to answer.
22-19 is the score. Kearns gets it back to Hunter Falk. Minute gone by here, second half. Now to Bauer. He's going to try another one. Just off the line, though. No good. Heat check there, shot for A.J. Bauer.
And DeGraff with another defensive rebound.
That's going to be a walk. Turnover number 13 against Crawford. As we take a look at Vogt's three to give them the lead right back. Brubaker. He's going to take it right to the hole. Strong off the rim. He gets his own rebound, loses the handle, and he's going to get fouled.
I mean, the difficulty that Colonel Crawford is having right now is being able to keep Northmor's penetration out of the lane. And Northmor is really looking to try to attack, that lane and get to the basket.
That'll be the second foul on DeGray, the first on Crawford here in quarter number 3.
I mean, you can see Crawford not putting a lot of pressure on the basketball. They're giving 5 to 6 feet on the dribble here and just trying to keep that dribble in front of them and out of the lane.
Bauer, closely guarded, gets it back to Cuffman. Cole inside, and that's going to be the third foul against Payne DeGray. So now both bigs on each side in foul trouble.
Well, and that could be a big factor here because DeGray has just been a player that's dominated the glass at both ends of the floor. So Coach Sheldon leaving him in with 3 fouls with 6:08 to go in the third.
You got to think, does Tackett have somebody go right at him?
Well, I think the one thing you try to do is, maybe get him out here on the perimeter and see if you can get a one-on-one against him and attack the basket and see if you can draw a foul.
And I think that's what they were trying to do with the pick and roll, but right Brubaker chose not to, and we'll get a walk. 5:47 left in the third.
I mean, Kearns just a little too anxious there to drive it. I mean, that's what Coach Tackett tried to set up, was to get a one-on-one against DeGray and see if he could draw that 4th foul.
And that would be a key for Northmor. 3 in the air for Cochran. Off the back iron, there's DeGray,
on the glass.
And he'll go to the line for 2. Foul will go against Trevor Brubaker, his first. The first for the Golden Knights in quarter number 3.
I mean, I know right now, Travis, we have not kept individual rebounds. We've kept team rebounds. But DeGray's
he's got to be,
He's got to have about 75% of these of the rebounds at both ends of the floor here.
He is going to be a problem in the Northern 10 this year.
He's 3 of 6 from the line, so he's getting a little bit better. The stroke's looking better. But that's where he's going to be an effective scorer if he become a better free throw shooter as the year progresses.
Bauer fakes the 3 now. He will take it off the front iron.
Nice.
Nobody back there. Get the rebound for Crawford.
Nice box out by DeGray.
Lost the handle. Gives it right back to Northmor. 14th turnover on Crawford. Brubaker, full head of steam. Gets it stripped out for a second. Bauer's right there, though. Stripped out. It'll stay with Northmor with 5:01 left. And now DeGray will sit down as Caden Bruner comes back in. Bruner with 2 big threes in that first half.
Yeah, with the 4-point lead, I mean, they're not going to try to take the chance of him getting his 4th foul here.
And we'll get a reach-around foul on Bruner. That'll be his second.
Looking inside to Kearns. Kearns did a good job of posting up, and Bruner just reached around him. Baseline out of bounds, box set. Oh, nice cut.
Great job by Kearns to take it strong up. And that's not only, I believe that was, it's on Goddard, but that's the 4th against Crawford only 3 minutes into the quarter. So the next non-player control foul will put Northmor on the line for 2 free throws.
But Kearns made a really nice cut.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, Kaufman, taking the ball out of bounds, made a great pass. I mean, he passed, basically made the pass before he was open. But what Northmor needs to do is take advantage here and make free throws in this situation.
Can't get either.
Missed them both.
Under 5 left in the third. 4-point lead for Colonel Crawford. And that's a steal. Kaufman into the lane. Puts it up. He'll go to the line. Second foul on Cochran. 15th turnover on Crawford.
Cochran only a sophomore, and his inexperience really showed right there. Just made a really poor decision with the basketball. Tried to bounce past it at about 15 feet, and Kaufman jumped right into the passing lane. I mean, most of the turnovers that Northmore's forced tonight, Travis, they've dove into passing lanes to get those steals.
Isaac Black at the table. He will come in for Kearns.
I mean, you really got to like the fight that Northmor has in this game right now. With, essentially their two best players out for the rest of this game.
Kaufman for the third straight time, 1 of 2 from the line. It's 23-20. Coming up on the midway point of quarter number 3. Open look for 3 off the side iron. Goes out of bounds, back to Northmor. And it was a good look by Foy. He just couldn't hit.
And that's the shot they're going to want him to take. They're in that 1-3-1. In the 1-3-1, they're really playing it tight into the lane, trying to make sure that they eliminate those second and third scoring opportunities that Crawford's going to get. So Crawford's going to get some open looks for threes.
Falk can't get it to go. Jump ball, though, will go to Colonel Crawford. And I was looking after he took that 3, Coach Sheldon clapping. Hey, keep shooting, especially if you're open like that. Once they start falling, it's going to be lethal for Colonel Crawford here. Hunter Falk was unable to hit that baseline jumper. However, the Golden Knights will get possession back next jump ball or end a quarter. Goddard, double team, but we'll get a push foul against Northmor.
I mean, Northmor there on the dead ball were able to extend their pressure. And so that's one of the things they haven't been able to really do tonight because, with the score 23-20, there's not a lot of scoring going on that, you can jump into that full court pressure. So in that situation, a dead ball, they were able to do that.
Tough contest there.
McMichael.
Offensive board, ball on the ground. Good sportsmanship by Kaufman. It's a jump ball, and Northmor will get it back.
Yep. McMichael with a great effort to get to the offensive glass there, but put it on the floor, and a lot of hands in there by Northmor, and Kaufman, diving on the floor to get the jump ball.
And other than one little kind of collision shove off, it's been a fairly, been physical, but it's been clean. And that's what you like to see.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of respect. There's a lot of respect between the coaches here.
Bauer for 3. He's gone cold, but Kaufman fighting for the rebound. It's on the ground. It's another jump ball. He'll go back to Colonel Crawford. But wait, did we get a timeout? They're going to say Northmor. Did Northmor get the timeout in there, Coach?
That's what they're debating right now. So it's going to be Colonel Crawford ball.
Yeah, immediately. Blade Tackett gets back to the bench. So
good job by the officials there because I think Blade Tackett was calling the timeout, and the other 2 officials said, "Hey, there was not possession of the basketball." So they go with the jump ball. So good job by the 3 officials of communicating with each other to make that call.
Left side, right side 3, too strong, out of bounds, but stays with Colonel Crawford as we take a look at the replay. Got to think A.J. Bauer's hand got caught in there, and it probably deflected off of that.
I mean, the official was right there on top.
Inbounds won't go. Brubaker gets the rebound. He's fouled, and he'll have 2 free throws.
Yeah, I think that's the first defensive rebound. Is that the first defensive rebound of this half for them?
Yeah.
So a good job of checking out, and now you get to go to the free throw line.
And that's the third on Vogt.
Well, so, yeah, Vogt and DeGray, they're 2 leading scorers from last night in some foul difficulty here.
So Trevor Brubaker now to the line for the Golden Knights. Hits the first.
I mean, and that's the difference. I don't know I think it's a mentality of instead of being a one-on-one, you know you're going to get 2 shots, so sometimes you're a little bit more relaxed.
Drains them both.
Good job by Brubaker there of knocking down both free throws.
Golden Knights in a full court press. Gets the deflection, but it stays with Crawford. Spin move. Into the lane. Layup shot. Falls through. A lot going on there.
You know, Foy kind of got away with the spin dribble out of a trap, which you usually don't see happen.
Yeah.
But a good job by Crawford of attacking the pressure and able to finish.
Brubaker for 3. Yes! Timeout, Blade Tackett. He's pumped up as we're tied up. Right off the dribble says, if you're going to guard me from 5 feet away, I'm going to pull and hit to tie things up. The third 3 for the Golden Knights. And just like that, it's 25 all, Joe.
Well, we talked about that, you know, 1 or 2 guys on Northmor are going to have to step up. And right now, Trevor Brubaker, you know, the last couple possessions has been that guy. So, you know, a guy that maybe has not been called on, and he's only a sophomore. Mm-hmm. You know, playing with a lot more confidence. And as a player, when you're able to make a couple shots, you know, he made a great box out, got to the free throw line, made 2 free throws, now has made a 3. He's going to be a lot more confident player here as we into third quarter and go into the fourth.
Going back to our Facebook comments, Bobby Cox, go Crawford. Tanya Geiger, go Eagles. Bill Pearson, keep fighting Northmor, doing good, from Kathy Pearson. And Chad Richards, let's go Knights, make those shots. Under 3 to play in the third. Northmor without its 2 leading scorers. Jack Swanger out with a foot injury. Grant Bentley had his shoulder re-injured in the second quarter. He's out for the rest of the game. Yet the Golden Knights have stuck around and tied this thing up at 25.
So again, a dead ball situation allows Northmor to get that full court pressure, which Crawford has struggled a little bit with, and close to a 10-second call.
I think that was about a second away. 3 for Vogt for the lead again. 8 points for Trevor. It's 28-25. Brubaker spins into the lane, forces it up. He'll go back to the line. And that is something that Northmor needs to do more. They were successful at the end of the second quarter, taking it to the hole and drawing the foul, taking it up strong.
And as we mentioned, you know, Brubaker here in the last 2.5 minutes has kind of been the guy that's looking to take control a little bit for the Knights, playing with a lot of confidence.
Misses the front end. That's the third foul on Jacob Cochran. 3 Eagles in foul trouble right now. Second free throw won't go as well. Crawford by 3 with 2:30 left in the third.
Back into this 1-3-1 in the half court.
Vogt can't get that to go, but an offensive board. 10th offensive board by Crawford tonight. Oh, and it deflected off of his own player and out of bounds. The 16th turnover. And we said this at half, Joe. Crawford out-rebounding, but the turnovers have evened things out.
The turnovers that they've had have kind of evened everything out.
Hunter Falk driving into the lane. Back out to Bauer, but it's deflected. Knocked out of bounds, though. Will stay with Northmor here with 2:02 left.
Vogt got a little lucky there because on the drive he just kind of gave up and reached around, and the Knights had a chance to get in the lane and finish a play, just weren't able to do it.
Falk thought about the 3. He's going to drive in, gets it stripped out. It'll stay with Northmor now on the baseline.
Vogt's done this twice in a row now. He's let let him go by him and then just kind of reach around and trying to poke the ball back. And a little flop there.
And honestly, Falk could have had an easy shot instead.
Yep, turned it over.
It's a turnover.
I think that's only their first turnover this half, though, isn't it?
Crawford nearly gave it back. And I think we're going to get a foul on Trevor Brubaker.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he was not set.
That'll be the second foul on Brubaker. Logan Caudill will check back in.
But again, now we got another dead ball situation that Northmor is able to set their well, in this case, about three-quarter court defense. Have been able to pressure. It looks like it might be more of a 2-2-1 look here rather than man-to-man. And more than likely, they're going to drop back into this 1-3-1 zone.
That one nearly stolen by Falk, and they're going to get him with the reach. That'll be his first, and the fourth on the Golden Knights with 92 seconds left in the quarter. Drew Hammond will finally check back in after sitting midway through the second quarter. He has 3 fouls.
Well, it's interesting here. They're going to bring DeGray in with 3 fouls with a minute 32 to go in the quarter. So might be trying to play a little bit of offense, defensive possession here. See if they can get the ball inside to DeGray here to get a bucket here before the end of the quarter. Still in this 1-3-1, which they went to about halfway through the second quarter.
Vogt for 3. Short. Saved, but thrown out of bounds. So Vogt got the look, but just a little bit off on that one. And Northmor, once again down 3, will have it with 1:17 left in the third. 28-25. This is like a Thursday night football game.
Yeah.
Scoring at a premium.
And a lot of physical play.
Step back off the glass won't go. Ball bounces around. And it'll stay with Northmor. 1:04 left on the clock. If you had the under on this game, you might be successful. Hammond with it. Through the legs, gets it back out to Brubaker with 60 seconds left. Bauer at the elbow, pulls it back out. They're telling AJ to go to the hole with the guy that he has guarding him.
Yeah, which is DeGray. They want to try to get that fourth foul if they could here before the end of the quarter.
Brubaker. They're looking for the switch again. Pick and roll. Hammond lays it up and in.
Nice pass. Nice pass by Brubaker. Nice catch by Hammond. And a good spin move to finish at the rim.
28-27 Crawford. 25 seconds left.
I would imagine Crawford's going to look for the last shot of the quarter here.
Cochran will back it out.
And
Caudill won't give it to him, though.
And Northmore's going to stay in this 1-3-1 zone. You know, putting a little bit of pressure at the top. Everybody else is just kind of staying back in the lane.
Nearly lost the dribble. Nearly did again, but he keeps it. Double teamed.
Now they're trapping him.
3 seconds. 2. Open 3 at the buzzer. Yes! Goddard hits the 3. The trap does not work for the Golden Knights, and Crawford up 4 as we head to money time. 31-27. Fourth quarter from the Castle. Colonel Crawford 31, Northmor 27. Travis Berardi back here with Joe Balogh, and this has been quite the game to end the first week of the regular season. Bauer for three. Off the back iron, long rebound bouncing around, taken by Crawford. A three by Logan Goddard at the buzzer has given Crawford a 4-point lead.
That was a big, big shot. Now this possession becomes big too because Crawford got a stop on the first possession. Now they're looking for a score.
Bruner gets it back out to Goddard. Inside. Looking around, gets it back out. Three in the air for Bruner. Just missed, but an offensive board.
McMichael,
puts it up
nice
and in.
Move.
Quickly down the other side, offensive foul.
Two big plays by McMichael. Gets to the offensive glass, shows the patience to finish, and then sprints down at the defensive end of the floor. Gets his feet set, chest up, and is able to draw a charge. So Crawford got a stop, a score, and a stop. A score here would be huge, especially with scoring being such a premium in this game.
Top of the key, Goddard. Stolen away,
pass.
Kaufman. Into the lane, layup, yes. Big bucket for the Golden Knights off the steal.
I don't know if we can count the number of times that Crawford's made that pass and Northmor stepped across and stolen it and been able to get to the other end and finish in transition.
Big bucket for the Golden Knights when you thought Crawford was finally going to start pulling away here. Bruner. And that's going to be a foul on Hunter Falk. He closed out a little bit too much as you take a look at the replay of the bucket.
He just stepped across, stole the pass, able to get to the basket and finish the play.
Bryson Kearns coming back in for the Golden Knights. 6:29 left in regulation. Golden Knights losing second leading scorer Grant Bentley in the second quarter to an injury. But somehow they played a team basketball game to stay in it.
So right now, this is the first time since the middle of the second quarter that Northmor has jumped back into a man-to-man, but they're really looks like they're looking to trap the basketball.
Kicks it back out for three. No. Offensive board Vogt. He puts it back up high off the glass, but A.J. Bauer's there at the board. Kaufman across half court, under 6 to play, and he's going to get fouled. So that'll be the second on Logan Goddard. Playing a little bit too much into the grill of Kaufman there.
You know, Kaufman did a good job getting his head down and drawing the contact. And Kaufman with the three.
Brubaker just off.
DeGraff with another rebound. He just dominated the glass all night.
McMichael, he's going to drive in. Nice job.
Nice job by Kearns of jumping in, but
take a look at it again, Coach. Did they call because he stuck his hand straight up in the air while he was shooting? They thought there was contact?
I don't know. That's a tough call.
That's a very tough call, especially in this situation.
Because he stepped outside the lane to stop the drive and pretty much chested straight up. But
sends McMichael to the line.
Crawford gets the call, and McMichael goes to the line, and a little bit, I think, of the difference tonight is Crawford's, been converting free throws a little bit more than the Knights.
34-29 the score. 5:29 left in the game. Second free throw, in and out. Golden Knights get the board. Hunter Falk. He's going to drive it in, loses the handle. It'll stay with Northmor with 5:19 left. 5-point lead once again for Crawford. I believe their largest lead was 6, and that was in the second quarter.
So baseline out of bounds, out of a box set again.
Brubaker, he's going to take it in.
Hook
shot, won't go. He's fighting for the rebound, and it goes off of him and out of bounds.
Great effort by Brubaker, but then also a great effort by Goddard to box him out, keep him off the glass.
.505 on a running fourth quarter clock, 34-29. That's a walk. And that's only because he did not come down with both feet. He kind of 1 foot jump, 1-2.
Yeah, it's, a big hop there.
I think he was thinking that the 10-second call was going to come quickly and try to get over.
It was close.
Kaufman crosses over. He's going to step back for 3. It's short. And nobody there for Northmor. An easy rebound for Crawford. 4:30 left in the game.
And Northmor matched up man-to-man. So you're probably going to see maybe some flex action here.
Brubaker with some close defense.
McMichael, nice pass, post-to-post pass to DeGray. DeGray using his body and length to finish that play inside.
Brubaker in, gets it right back.
Brubaker's played well here in the second half.
He's got 9. It's back to a 5-point game midway through the fourth.
That's going to pay dividends not only tonight but down the road. Only being in Southmore, gaining a lot more confidence.
Timeout, David Sheldon, as Crawford was stalled in the backcourt.
Yeah.
Take a look at that Brubaker take, and they needed that.
And does a nice job of, getting by his defender, then being able to finish over the much bigger DeGray.
And did you see DeGray wasn't going right at him with those 3 fouls? Brubaker knew that, went off to the side and got the bucket to go.
But still shooting over that big of a target.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not an easy shot.
Yeah.
So his ability to finish just shows that he's a pretty talented Southmore.
We got another score from Division 4 earlier that you saw on the OH report. Mohawk went to Lucas. Lucas pulled out the 5-point victory, 50-45. Mohawk, another team that might be in that conversation for the Northern 10. But Lucas, a squad Colonel Crawford would see in their district, pulling off the victory. Both sides with balanced scoring tonight, Coach. Vogt with 8, DeGray with 7, Bruner and Goddard with 6, and then for Northmor, Brubaker with 9, Bauer with 6, Kearns and Kaufman with 5, Hammond with 4.
Yep, a lot of balance on both teams.
And this is the battle that you'd expect to get from two teams that were in the final 32 in Division 4 a season ago. Cochran gets across the timeline, gets double teamed, steps through it though. So we go under 4 minutes left. He's going to fake the 3. Get it back out to Ryan McMichael. McMichael drives, closely guarded by Hammond. Gets it back out. Vogt. They're going to run a little clock here.
Yeah, they have a 5-point lead. They're going to look to get the shot that they want.
And it's right there. In and out. Offensive rebound. Vogt puts it back up and in. Twelfth offensive rebound for Crawford.
I mean, they've just really hurt the Knights on their offensive glass.
Falk, that's a jump ball. Change of possession.
DeGray with really nice defense. Showing his size inside and then just playing straight up. And the Knights driving into the lane and really didn't have an idea what he wanted to do with the basketball until he got up in the air.
Tackett going to go with his 2 bigs. Next stoppage of play. Vogt gets it back out to Cochran. That's going to be off the foot of Kaufman and out of bounds with 2:44 left. Black and Kearns check back in for Bauer and Hammond. Eagles with their largest lead of the night, 7 points, 38-31. Playing keep away.
Yeah, they're just going to try to spread it out. Great play.
Kaufman gets the steal. Vogt gets called for the foul. That's his fourth.
If you're Blade Tackett, that's one you'd like to decline because you have a layup going the other end. But the other thing is, I believe now that, well, the Eagles, that's only the Eagles' second foul this quarter.
And if you're Northmor, these possessions, you have to take advantage and score off of them.
This is a big possession here. With 2:30 to go, you're down 7. You'd really like to get a good look here.
Brubaker's going to try for 3. Yes, nothing but net. 12 for Brubaker. It's back to a 4-point game with 2:12 left.
We said he stepped up and played well. Now they're able to get into that full court pressure a little bit.
They get across the timeline. Into the corner. Vogt. Double teamed. And that's a jump ball. Hunter Falk gets in there and just gets enough of the ball here, Coach.
Yeah, and Vogt just got put in a bad situation there, getting caught in what you would call the trap area. So the Knights continue to fight. Running that high ball screen again.
Brubaker's going to drive it in. Lays it up too strong, though, and a rebound for DeGray.
DeGray with the rebound. I think I've kept calling him DeGraff tonight, but trying to make that correction. DeGray.
Should call him DeBoard because he's been crushing them, crushing the boards all night.
It'll be interesting to see what the individual stats are there for him with rebounds. I mean, he might be close to 20 rebounds tonight.
Brubaker's going to get called for his third foul. That's the fourth against the Golden Knights. And Blade Tackett is going to call a timeout. 38-34, 90 seconds left here in the game as Crawford will have an inbounds on the sideline.
You know, a player that's played pretty well for Crawford in the second half is Ryan McMichael.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has just his ability to catch the basketball, be strong with it, not turn it over, has gotten to the offensive glass a couple times, made a really nice post-to-post feed to DeGray to finish a few possessions ago. So showing a little bit of his experience from a year ago coming off the bench and contributing and now being kind of a major player, has stepped into that role and played pretty well here in the second half.
So if you're the Golden Knights here, you're Blade Tackett, you force the inbounds backcourt and go for a trap?
Well, I think you're going to see, out of this man-to-man, they've run somebody at the ball handler. So it looks like right now Brubaker's going to come after that. And Crawford's going to look to probably play keep away here.
Loses the handle, but DeGray's right there, and they kick it back out. 1:10 left.
Going to get it picked right here.
And we'll get a reach in.
I mean, Brubaker almost had the steal.
Yeah.
Vogt turned his back and kind of had the ball out there, and he almost had it. So this is the fifth foul.
Yep.
And Vogt's going to go to the line to shoot 2. So free throw shooting here in the last minute 5 is going to be crucial for Colonel Crawford.
And this is where we see now this rule come into play.
Yeah. Yeah, but instead of it being a 1-on-1, key thing right now is you got to box out. DeGray and Michael are two big bodies in there that can really get to the offensive glass.
And that is why you see Drew Hammond coming back in. The referee just telling the boys, watch the elbows, watch up high there on this box out. Missed them both, but DeGray is right there with it.
It's a big offensive rebound.
In the corner, nearly stolen, but taken back. Vogt drives it in, gets it to DeGray, then back out. Steps through.
You're going to have to give a foul right now. And probably if your guy you want to foul, you probably want to foul DeGray.
That'll be on Brubaker, his 4th. And that'll now send Goddard to the line for his first free throws of the night.
You know, Goddard's shown that he's a pretty good shooter at the JV level. But a lot of pressure here coming at the varsity level.
In and out.
In and out, and here, this box out is key. I mean, the two low guys here, Bauer and I think it's
Bauer and that's Black.
Black, they need to really step in and be strong here.
Makes the second.
Don't necessarily need a 3 here, you just need a really good lick.
Brubaker gets a screen. Loses the handle, they're going to call a foul instead.
But Crawford's got a foul to get. Well, they got
2.
They got 2 fouls to give, so that's not necessarily a bad play.
That'll be Cochran's 4th foul. And like you said, the team's 3rd. They have 1 more foul to give.
See what they run on the baseline out of bounds. See if they can get something quick.
Brubaker gets it. Closely guarded. He's going to get into the lane. Running time off the clock. He gets stolen away.
With the big steal.
Vogt into the lane. Gets it stripped away and off his leg. Hunter Falk didn't foul, stripped the ball, and it went right off of Vogt. What a play to keep Northmor at least in it with 20 seconds left. Brubaker over the Bauer. He's going to try a 3 just off the back iron. And it's going to stay with Northmor with 10 seconds left and a timeout. Blade tack, and once again, Falk, hand on the ball, gets the deflection.
I mean, the key thing is there was a steal by Vogt, and the defense many times, you know, just kind of gives up. The defense did not give up. Made a great job of sprinting through. There might have been some contact, but I don't think the official was really in a good position to make a call, and probably he felt that if I'm not in position to make the call, I'm not going to make the call.
Absolutely. So, and if you're Colonel Crawford, back that out. We saw this happen a couple years ago. Mansfield Senior, Upper Sandusky in a sectional.
Yep, exactly.
You back it out, Mansfield Senior moves on. Instead, Upper Sandusky with the buzzer beater, they end up winning a district championship.
Yep. So right now, baseline out of bounds. Coach Tackett's got to draw up something that they're going to get a quick score, whether it be a 2 or a 3. Get a quick score, get a timeout, and then try to set your full court defense. So interesting here to see what they draw up. And who's going to get the shot. So you have Brubaker taking the ball out of bounds. Might want to expect that the ball is going to get inbounded, and he's either going to get some kind of hand back or get a down screen to see if he can get a shot.
It's
right
the Brubaker quick release.
Back.
Nobody home. Rebound Crawford. Tackett wanted a foul on the three-point attempt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the difference tonight is just Crawford's ability to rebound the ball.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've done a really good job of limiting the Knights to one shot, and then their ability to get to the offensive glass, to get second and third opportunities, has been crucial in this game. But if you're the Northmor Knights and Coach Blade Tackett, you can't be disappointed with the effort that your kids have shown tonight. And if they're able to get Wanger and Bentley back, tonight's game will probably be a big benefit to them, because they had some players get a lot of experience and we're put in roles that they have not been put in before.
So there you have it. Crawford escapes the castle with the 41-34 victory. We'll take a break. When we come back, our post-game show as well as our MVP interview live and free on the OH Report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Ooh, you look like you could use some Cheetos.
Wait!
Plenty of tasty popcorn, there we go. And add in crunchy Cheetos. Cheetos popcorn, the cheesy, delicious combination you know you've wanted. That's more like it. New Cheetos popcorn. Get yours now. Go!
Tonight's non-conference Division 4 matchup brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Andy Bauer, Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care about most, Andy can develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. Old 30 Barbecue, stop in today for low and slow smoked meat and homemade sides. Northmor Athletic Boosters. Northmor Athletic Boosters raise funds to support our Golden Knights student athletes, coaches, and community. Go Knights! North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Frito Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. And finally, Baker's Pizza in Bucyrus. We are proud of our service to the community and even more proud to be the place to go after every local game or to watch your favorite team in action. Come join us today for a great meal, a great time with friends and family. Thank you all for allowing us to be live and free this evening. Time now for our Old 30 Barbecue MVP. It is Colonel Crawford's Payne DeGray, who was a beast on the boards, the leading rebounder. He also added 7 points as Colonel Crawford escapes Northmor with the 41-34 victory. Payne, first of all, congratulations. This was an old school physical basketball game, and it just seemed like you guys were able to dominate the glasses. What was the game plan coming into here?
Well, it's always just go for the offensive board. We just kept on going relentless and getting the second shots and opportunities. Sometimes the threes just didn't fall, but we just kept catching it, chucking it back out, and Logan Goddard hit some clutch threes for us.
Absolutely, he did. He hit 2 threes in the game. Yourself, Northmor, couple players down, a smaller lineup. That give you some confidence, especially inside, knowing that you had the height advantage. You just had to go up strong, get these rebounds. Yeah,
just going up, getting the rebounds and putting it back. I didn't finish too well tonight, but my other teammates came around me and helped me out. We just willed ourselves to win.
This is a big win for you guys. You're 2-0 now against another team that went to a district championship last year. You guys won it. They went to the Central District Championship, brought a lot of teams back. Momentum-wise, what does this do for you guys? You got a big win here. You're 2-0.
I feel like this gives us some more momentum to go into next week, doubleheader versus Upper and Crestview, and hopefully we could pull out wins out of those. But we just got to keep going to the offensive glass and keep getting those second shots.
All right, Payne, finally, you want to look into the camera. Give anybody a shout-out. Go for it, my friend.
I want to shout out my aunts, Aunt Mo, my Aunt Juju, my parents for pushing me to shoot with my left hand more, my brother, and then Colonel Crawford Barstool.
There you go. There you have it. Payne DeGray, tonight's MVP. Congratulations, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Back here inside the Baker's Pizza postgame shows, we wrap things up for week 1 of the high school boys basketball season. Travis Berardi back here with Joe Balogh. 41-34 the final as the Eagles, gutsy performance, pull out the victory. Coach, it was just, like I said, this was an old school basketball game. We were saying Northmor without a couple of their star players, but they kept fighting. Crawford, losing some of their best players to graduation from that district championship team. They didn't back down either, and it was just a solid physical basketball game tonight.
Well, I think, tonight is kind of an indication of how Colonel Crawford's going to play this season. They're going to, I guess, as you use the word, they're going to muddy it up. They're going to play really, really physical. And for a team to beat them, they're going to have to really try to keep them off the offensive glass. On the other side, if you take a look at Northmor, Coach Tackett, I think, got to be happy with just how his team competed. They start the game without their leading scorer. Their second leading scorer gets hurt early in the second quarter and goes out. So you got to. You're at this point in the season where you're trying to find out, hey, can somebody step up? And a Southmore tonight, Trevor Brubaker stepped up and was really, really big. So the hope for the Knights is that both of those players that were out tonight can get healthy.
Yeah.
It may not be next week, it may not be the following week, but hopefully maybe by Christmas, first of the year, they're healthy, they're ready to go, because with how his other players played tonight, that's going to pay dividends for them down the road.
Yeah, the Golden Knights will be back in action they have a 10-day break. They won't play until next Tuesday, so that's the perfect.
It's kind of the perfect storm right now. I mean, for them is hopefully, that Bentley gets back, and then Wanger hopefully gets a good report on his foot this week, and maybe within this 10 days he might be back. So they're going to be a formidable team if they get those two guys back in the lineup.
Final stats, 7 2s, 6 3s. That was the big difference right there. Crawford was able to hit some open shots from beyond the arc. 36-14 out rebounding Northmor. Yeah. They did have 19 turnovers, although, so that skews it a little bit, but still, they were the team that was out rebounding Northmor tonight. 9 of 16 from the free throw line. Northmor, 11 turnovers, only 6 of 15, 8 twos, but only 4 threes to go. And you shoot better from the free throw line. We say this in a lot of close losses for the Golden Knights. You shoot better from the free throw line, it's a different story. But this is early on in the season. Something
and the other thing is they missed some layups in transition when they got those steals, especially in the first half. Sometimes you don't look at that, but one of the stats is, I don't know, years ago somebody told me, if you make 90% of your layups, which are open layup or shots inside, and make like 75% of your free throws, you win. And that probably would have played true for Northmor tonight if that would have happened.
And something else, this might be one of the most physical teams Northmor is going to see all season.
Oh, yeah, I would say definitely. I think Crawford's kind of going to probably be one of the more physical teams in the area. And the big area, I think that Coach Sheldon's probably going to address with his team is, their inability to handle pressure. Northmor did a tremendous job of jumping into passing lanes and getting steals. And the Eagles are going to have to do a much better job of taking care of the basketball if they're going to compete with the best teams in the Northern 10.
But if they are, this is a Sheldon coach team, so they're probably going to get that fixed.
Oh, yeah.
And when they do fix that, they are going to be a team. Yeah. I know they lost a lot of players, but this is still a solid Colonel Crawford team that I think can turn some heads not only in the Northern 10, but be a competitor at the end of the season in that Willard district.
And you had a point guard in Lucas Foy
that didn't have a lot of time. Yeah,
just got back on Tuesday and was practicing, and I think as you watch him warm up, he's still a little gimpy on that leg. So his minutes were limited. I thought the Cochran kid coming off the bench gave him some good minutes, but you could also see he was a sophomore and inexperienced because he turned it over a couple times. But the big thing was, I think we mentioned this in the fourth quarter, I thought a player that was a key was Ryan McMichael.
Absolutely.
Is that he's not a great ball handler, but what he did, he was strong with the basketball and made some really good decisions with the basketball, preventing some turnovers.
Final numbers individually for both sides. First for Crawford, they were led by Trevor Vogt, 10 points. DeGray and Goddard both with 7. Bruner and Connor McMichael with 6. Ryan McMichael 3, Lucas Foy with 2, so balance for Colonel Crawford. As for Northmor, Brubaker led all scorers with 12. 6 points by A.J. Bauer, 5 from Cuffman, 4 from Hammond and Kearns, 2 from Grant Bentley before he got injured, and 1 from Isaac Black. So both teams with some balance, and that's going to be big moving forward as well. Score by quarter, 7 all after 1, 12-9 Crawford after the second, making it 19-16 at the half, 12-11 Crawford in the third, making it 31-27, and then 10-7 for your 41-34 total. Any final words, Coach? Underway, basketball
back underway.
Season.
This is an exciting time of the year. A great start for the Eagles to go 2-0 to start the season. Back-to-back games. If you're the Northmor Knights, I said if you're Blake Tackett, you can't be disappointed. Even in this loss, I think his team grew a little bit because some guys that you may have not thought were going to be able to step into some roles. Especially Brubaker tonight kind of showed some toughness. So I think both teams are going to grow from this game, and they're going to get better, and it'll be interesting to see how they are here as we would get after the first of the year.
Well, Coach, looking forward to another season
Travis,
with you.
always fun, and looking forward to a lot more games this year.
We're going to have a ton. But that'll wrap things up here for tonight. I want to thank everybody that helped make things possible this evening. First of all, our great camera woman, Madeline Zazzuto, working double duty with me tonight. Loudonville earlier, and now at Northmor, Joe Balogh, as always. Our color commentator, Andy Bauer, Edward Jones, financial advisor, our scoreboard sponsor, Old 30 Barbecue, our MVP sponsor, Baker's Pizza and Bucyrus, our pregame, halftime, and postgame sponsor. Northmor Athletic Boosters, our instant replay sponsor as well, and North Central State College and Frito Lay, our commercial sponsors. I want to thank head coach Blake Tackett, also the athletic director here at Northmor, as well as their athletic department for allowing us to be here tonight, as well as the OHSAA for allowing us to live stream these games to you live and free. Colonel Crawford makes it 3 straight against the Golden Knights. 41-34, they escape the castle. For Joe Balogh, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from North Bloomfield Township.